Hello guys, what's up? It's the Alligator. You know the name of the game. For the past month, we've been bringing you stocks that have been going up. Now, we're going to start talking about stocks that are going down. And at the same time, we want you to monetize from this situation. Now, the best way to do this is by purchasing, personally, my favorite financial instrument, which is called a put option. Now, after this video, I want you to go to your broker-dealer online and I want you to purchase an option that you can afford to lose, whether it's 50 cents, $5, $20, whatever. Just know that after you purchase this option, there's a 90% chance that you will lose this investment, but that's okay. I want you to get your feet wet so that you know why it is that you lost this investment and you start understanding the fundamentals of option trade. Now, a put option is an agreement you make with your broker dealer to sell a specific amount of stock at a specific price called a strike price during a specific amount of time that expires at an expiration date. Okay? Now, put options are used for three different strategies. The first one is as an insurance for if you own an underlying stock, a put option insures the stock. We'll get into that later. You can also use it as a means to make more money with a strategy called shorting a stock. And you can also purchase an option as an investment where you believe that this option, this financial instrument will raise in value and you can sell it at a profit. Now, when you purchase an option, actually physically purchase it online, it looks kind of like this. And if you have a more user-friendly application, it kind of looks like this. Now, it looks like a menu. There's different components of it. Now, the main components are the price of the option, the strike price, the expiration date, the break-even point, and then something called the four Greeks, delta, theta, gamma, and vega. Now, for this episode, we're only going to touch upon the first four. So every stock that you purchase online, whether it's CCO or DHT, also has a list of options with it that you can also purchase. So the first component is the price. Now the price can range between 40 cents to $50 or whatever, but just know that when it's quoted at 40 cents, that means that it's actual $40. Why? Because in the world of options, we work every contract as equals to 100 shares. So for example, if the listed price of the option is 40 cents, you have to multiply that times 100 equals 40. That's the $40 would be the actual premium price that you will pay the broker dealer for one contract. So for example, if you want to buy two contracts, that would be 40 cents multiplied by 200 equals $80 for two contracts of that option. Now, the second component is the expiration date. Expiration date is the date, for example, the 8th of May, that you can exercise that option. We'll get to that until later. Now, in the European model, you can only exercise the option on the expiration date, for example, the 8th of May. If it's in the North American model, you can exercise it anytime in between. You buy the option, say today, up until the expiration date, which is the 8th of May. So you should think of the expiration date as an insurance policy. So obviously, the longer time you have on this insurance policy, or the longer the expiration date, obviously the option is going to be more expensive. And in this case, also time is your biggest enemy, because the closer you get to the expiration date, the more value decreases on your option. Every day that gets closer to the expiration date, value decreases on your option. It's a pretty simple formula. But just know also that at the expiration date, for example, the 8th of May, the price of your option will be equal the stock price minus the strike price. This brings us to our next component, the strike price. So the strike price is the price you agreed with a broker dealer on your option contract to sell $100 of stock. So for example, say you own 100 shares of Apple, right? But you also bought the option with a strike price at $11 that expires on the 8th of May, and the option costs 20 cents. Now, Say Apple was trading at $11 per share. That means that you have, and you have 100 shares, that means you have $1,100 on your portfolio. Say that stock goes down to $8 per share. That means now your portfolio is only $800 and you lost $300. But since you have the option, that means that you can exercise the option and sell this stock, your 100 shares, at $11 per share, which means that you, for a grand total of $1,100. The only expense is minus $20 that you spent for the option, which means that you have a grand total of $1,080. Now another scenario is, say you own the option at a strike price at $11, it expires in the 8th of May, but you do not own the underlying Apple stock or 100 shares of stock. So what can you do? You just wait until the stock goes down to 8. Once it hits 8, you buy the stock and then you exercise the option and you sell it at $11 per share. So which means that you bought it at $800 at 8, you spent $800, and then you sold it at 11, which means that you made a $300 profit, minus what you paid for the option, which is $20. So your profit is actually $280. Now this scenario only works if you exercise the option at below the break-even point. Now the break-even price or point is the strike price minus the cost per share of the option. In this case, it would be 11 minus 20 cents, which gives you $10.80. Now it's a break-even price because if you exercise the option at $10.80, think about it, $10.80 times 100, that's $1,080. And then you exercise it at 11, that means that's 11 times 100, that's $1,100. You subtract it, it gives you a total of $20. But remember, you spent $20 in the option, subtract 20, that gives you 0. So remember, you must exercise the option if the stock is trading under the break-even point in order for you to make some money. I understand this video was kind of long, but trust me, you need to know this information in order to master option trading, which can be very, very profitable. This is the Alligator. You know the name of the game. Stay tuned for our next episode.